What's going on, and welcome to another episode of the Short Men Only podcast. It's book review day, baby, and I got a strange book for you today. It is a strange book because, it's just strange. But it's strange, but the impact it's had on my life has been crazy. I've read it now 2 or 3 times. Now, the title, don't let the title of the book scare you. That's why it's crazy. Because, the title of the book is called Outwitting the Devil by Napolean Hill. Now, this book is, I told you guys, usually I only do short books. But technically, this book is about 250 pages. But the first time I actually read the book, I listened to it. So I actually done heard the book 2 times. I done listened to the book twice, and I think I've read it twice. I got notes all through this book. There's so much stuff in this book. Anyway, let me tell you about the book. So Napoleon Hill is going through this period in his life, right? And he almost gets killed, and he's just like in this place like where he's just stuck. This guy, he's stuck. And then something happens, and his other self awakens and changed his whole life. Like it changed him. Like his other self awakened, and his other self could just be, metaphorically just like the best possible version of himself. Like that awakened. He started listening to it. Like what would my life be if I try to aim at this or that? Like, how much could I improve my life? So he goes through this story, right? And then he decides to write this book. Now, this book is called Outwitting the Devil because in the second part of the book, he's interviewing the devil. He's having a conversation with this person. With the devil. That is what the premise of the book is. Now, when you listen to it on the audio, man, it's crazy because the voice sounds like it could be the devil. Like what you might imagine the devil to sound like, that's what that voice sounds like. It's crazy. It's crazy. I almost just wanted to do Bane's Batman voice because it actually is similar to that. I was born in the dark. You nearly adopted it. It kind of, something like that. It's crazy. One of the interesting things, though, is in this book, as he's going through and he's having this conversation with the devil, and the devil's like, you're not going to publish this book because if you do, like, people will have you think you're tripping, like you're crazy, you're going off the rocker. He wrote this book, I believe it was in 1938. He was right. His wife told him not to publish that book because she was afraid of what it might do, how people would start seeing her husband, how people would start seeing his reputation. The book did not get published till 70 years later because the concepts in the book he talks about, man, they're all still relevant today. I think that is the scariest part. Like, this book was written in 1938, and I think it's even worse than even he could have expected when he wrote this book. Now, there's 3 main things that I took away from the book, right? And I'm going to give them to you, of course. The first one is that the devil's biggest trick is to keep us drifting. What does that mean? Drifting is just going through the motions of life. We'll try this thing, we'll try that thing. We'll try this thing, we'll try that thing. Like, just drifting through life, never having any real plans, any real purpose, any real direction, just drifting through life. That is the devil's biggest trick. And if you look around when we're sitting on our phones, just scrolling down the reel, when we're doing that, we literally are drifting. It is almost like we are drifting down a river because our life would be metaphorically like a river every day that we live. it gets less and less, right? So drifting, that is the devil's biggest trick, is to keep us just drifting, drifting through life, and you know, having no real purpose or direction. Um, it's crazy. And he talks also too, another thing that I thought was amazing. Just the conversations. It's scary. Just to think about just all the ways that we as people don't realize that we're just coasting through life. Like, I mean, just in so many different ways, man. And it was just amazing. I'm just thinking about the whole book in general. Um, another thing that, another one of the things that is that we lack self discipline. The devil keeps us, the devil keeps us stuck in life. And even if it's, maybe you don't like the term the devil. I don't, whatever you want to use. But the thing that keeps us stuck, or one of the things that keeps us stuck, is no self discipline. We have no discipline to sit down and do the things that we know we should do. Instead, we ignore what we should do and do what we know we shouldn't do, because what we shouldn't do is more fun. Yes, I should be doing my work right now, but no, I want to scroll and look at Big Booty Judy. Big Booty Judy. Yeah, because that's more fun. But that's not having self-discipline. Having self-discipline is, us doing what we know we should be doing when it needs to be done. That's self-discipline. And he was talking about another way the devil keeps us stuck is he used the word I want to I want to find it. He actually used a lot of words. But he how another thing, this is the third way. This is the third takeaway from this. I'm gonna go with this, and I'll wrap it back around. So, devil controls us through fear. And you're like, what type of fear? Well, that's what I was like. But he pretty much spells it out exactly in the book. And then I started thinking about it. Yeah, check. And actually, I mean, honestly, I literally checked them off in the book because I really did feel like this is crazy. So, the fear of poverty. Man, growing broke is, I mean, golly. I don't know if a bigger, fear for a lot of people than that. Going broke. Oh, man. Criticism. I did not start Short Men Nation for many years. I had this idea maybe at least 5 years ago. Actually, I think it was longer than that. Probably 6 years ago. I even had the first drawing of the logo done about 6 years ago. But you know what? I was afraid of criticism. What people might say about Jalal if he does something around short men. Maybe they'll think he's a loser. I worried about that. I'm not even gonna lie. Ill health. Yeah, just waking up one morning sick, or for me, it was not only sick, but just my ding dong not working. Like, that was a big fear for me. Like, big. When I said big, big. Yeah, that was a big fear for me. Loss of love. That's a fear for a lot of people. You feel like you got to, because you're afraid of losing someone, that you gotta, you fear it so much that you'll kowtow to things that just don't work for you because you fear losing love. Like, that thought, it just keeps you, keeps you stuck, keeps you, frustrated, keeps you all of that, right? And then getting old is another one that keeps, we have we see it all the time now. you know People my age, 40s, want to be act like they're still in their 20s and dress like exactly in their 20s. And maybe sometimes I do it, I don't know, probably. um, we want to, because we have this fear of becoming old, getting old, right? But there's something beautiful about being able to age gracefully. But you know, that's one of the fears. Another one is death. Uh, I used to be to the point where I don't even want to drive by a funeral home, none of that, cause fear of death. That's a big one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm enjoying my time on Earth. Not every day, not all the time, but I'm gonna start enjoying my time on Earth every day, all the time, because you know it's cool. I really don't. I can make things worse than they are in my own mind. You know what I mean? And that's what most of us do. We fear death, and we just create fears that don't even exist. And the conversations are just, you know, crazy in this book. It's almost like I feel like right now, um, it's just I'm not giving it enough justice. I'm gonna read this one. Uh, he says the devil says, one of my cleverest devices for mind control is fear. I plant the seed of fear in minds of people. As these seeds germinate and grow through use, I control the space they occupy. The six most effective fears are the fear of poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love. And you know what? I just thought about this. I don't know if I'm legally can read part of a book on a podcast. So that's all I'm gonna say about that one. Anyway, this is an amazing book. An amazing book. And he laid out so many different things. Of the things that keep us stuck. The things that keep us drifting. He'll be a jack of all trades, master at none. That was, me for a long time. Um, he will make the same mistakes over and over again and never profiting from any of them. And that was me over and over again. Like, there's so many things this book spells out, a lot of these things that keep us stuck. And, my short brothers, I don't care if you listen to, actually, honestly, I'm sure you can find the audiobook on YouTube. I swear you can. I think I've seen it before. But whether you find it on YouTube, you actually buy the book, or you go to Audible and listen to it, you got to get this book. And I'm gonna keep these coming to you guys, because I want my short brothers. We gotta start expanding our mind and start looking at things differently, and start seeing how we're getting trapped, and how we're just wasting away our lives, complaining and being angry about things that we know we can't control. We gotta start looking at things differently. So I'm keep bringing these books, because I'm just hoping that one of you is like, man, one day says, hey, one of these books you recommended changed my life, and I'm a boss now because of it. That's my hope. Sounds a little selfish, but that's what it is. So I'm gonna keep bringing these books to you every week. Hey, remember, today is Sunday. Tuesday, we got the 5-minute quick 5, and you'll want to check that one out. And Thursday, we got another episode coming up on Thursday. As always, I'm gonna keep this going. I'm doing my best to, rock with you guys as often as I can. I appreciate you, my short brothers. And remember, I care about you. I want to see you be better, do better, so you can have better. All right? Stay blessed. We'll see you guys on the next one. Tuesday, Thursday.